Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. So in keeping with what I said I'm going to be doing more rep work on squats. I got to get those quads back. A bunch of people noticed in the clip I put up of me doing that 5-10 pretty much ass to grass back squat, from the squat safety videos, which is, that video is what, maybe a year and a half old. Yeah, my quads are definitely smaller. I had some people try to say, oh, your back. No, my back is absolutely not smaller. If anything, my back might be a hair bigger. But quads are definitely smaller. Right? Hamstrings, glutes, all that are good, but the quads and adductors, they need to come back up. And if they do, I'll be squatting well up into the 500s again. Right? There's no doubt about that. How do we get them there? Volume. And I've got to work on getting deeper and deeper. Now for these, some of these reps were higher than I'd like. Again, I probably need to film from a better camera angle because again, if you notice even those straps, because of the downward point, they're almost, it looks higher in the back than in the front. They're actually not. So the same thing could be said of with my quad and everything, but I need to keep working on getting deeper. I really, really want to get back to the depth that I had in that video the other day. That's really my optimal. And I'm going to get there. I've got there before, but I need that rep work to be hitting it. And I've got to practice it on the rep work. So first day coming back to a normal deadlift, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a top set on all my classic lifts from now on for a while. All right, my meat lifts, competition lifts. And that means I'm going to use meat legal bars. Okay. Note that on the squat, bench, and deadlift now this week, they've all been done with actual competition meat legal bars. This is a meat legal deadlift bar. That was a squat bar. The other is my Texas Power Bar. These are all made by Texas Power Bar. These are used in competition frequently. So I'm going to do the competition lifts for top sets. Everything else is going to be get thicker, get thicker, get thicker. All right, I took these up a notch today. So I ended up, I ran out of steam after 2 sets. I'm just like fatigued from the volume. But the thing is, I got enough volume I'm going to grow off of. Why? This has been the hardest top set I've done recently on a back squat. That caused growth. That deadlift, that caused some quad growth. So I managed to get 3 really high rep sets in of supplemental work for quads. Do I need to bring that up? Yes. What would I ideally like? I would ideally like to build up to doing 3 sets of squats of some type like this, like the safety bar, 3 sets of belt squats. That's going to take some work because that is a ton of quad volume. It's a ton of quad volume. That will, however, blow my quads back up. I think if I can just build up to that work capacity alone, the muscle memory will bounce back. I feel like my quads already got stronger based on that squat set today. So I'm supersetting the safety bar squats with glute ham raises. All right, this will carry my deadlift. As long as I do a top set on deadlifts, I keep pushing rows, and I do glute ham raises and reverse hypers. My deadlift will stay in the 600s. I need to get stronger on the grip on it. Lower body, it's going to be a lot of quad and adductor work. Going to bring them back up, get my squat back. Right? It's a good place to be in. I would like to be at, at least a 1,500 total next time I step on the platform. That's kind of my minimum. I'm really not willing to accept anything less than a 1,500 raw total with no sleeves. Hey. Safety bar squats though, these are brutal. You'll notice on this set I had some tipping forward of the bar as I lost my balance a little bit, but then re-straightened it up and then kept grinding. So I did 2 sets of 12 on this last time. I did 2 sets of 15 today. It was fatiguing. It's only 241 pounds, but considering I did a heavy set of squats and deadlifts first, it was very fatiguing. Okay, these will work wonders for bringing my legs back up. I know some people are like, you still have big legs. I'm like, yeah, but they're noticeably inches smaller. But like I said, I think they'll come back pretty quick. I'm going to have to keep eating. Food's going to be important. I've been struggling a little with that. But I feel like as of yesterday, I kind of know where that's at. I've got it dialed back in. Now I'm able to get those carbs down. Was able to definitely hit my food yesterday. Feel like I'll be able to hit it again today. Okay. Need to make all lean gains from here, which I feel like I can, especially off the muscle memory in the quads. But I have to be aware that my energy turnover is going to go up. So I only did 2 sets of each of those because I'm just like, man, it's getting difficult. So for belt squats, I took a much narrower stance. This is like an Olympic squat stance. And why not? Like, why not? Let's just do them Olympic style. Let's get those quads working. I did 20 reps. Okay. Hell of a quad pump here today. Hell of a quad pump on this. The quads were lit from this set. Now, this is 3 really high rep sets for quads from 2 different angles after doing the heavy set of squat and deadlift. I count those as quads. So I say it's 5 good sets, more than I've been doing. Again, we'll start bouncing back from that. And then I finished off with my 5 sets of reverse hypers using my normal weight. And then it started getting really hot. Even though it's not as hot, and I'm shocked, it felt like it was at where it was in previous days where I've been out here, and it's still not that hot yet today. Like, I'm looking at the temperature right now. I have trained in 20 degrees hotter than this. Granted, I got some heat fatigue, but I trained in 20 degrees hotter than what it is right now while I'm recording this, looking at the thermometer. But again, that heat. I think plus the heat that's out there, all the thermic effect of the carbs. I don't think people realize I have multiple high-speed fans running in there too. So, I mean, I have fans going. But I think, again, I'm also getting the added thermic effect from all the carb loading I'm doing. But it felt like a good, productive workout. I was very happy with the sets. The only thing I would have liked to have seen better today, maybe my work capacity a hair higher, but I'll take it because I've still done more quad work than I have in months in a single session. The only thing I'd really like to see improve would have been the squats a little deeper. That's going to be my focus. I'm going to keep working on it. And I actually checked some of it on camera the other day with an empty bar, and I thought I would be there today with that exact footing. But I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to have to just consciously sink it and get those hips open. Opening the hips is going to be the key, and I was remembering to do that a lot more on a lot of those safety bar sets. If you guys notice that external rotation of the hips on a lot of that rep work, okay, I'm going to have to practice that with the straight bar. But I felt like I was in a bar position and a grip, and it didn't look the prettiest, but it was comfortable in my shoulders. I had no shoulder pain, and that's kind of a big deal too. And then we can watch that set of deadlifts again. The deadlift sets was great. Like this, I'm really happy with this today. Like, this felt good, and I felt like I could have done one more if I wanted to. So happy with the deadlifts. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.